And welcome back, this is Baller Scuba with more Let's Play Pokemon LeafGreen. I am joined as always by Dumpus and his ever-changing Pokemon squad of 10 players, Sanders, Samja, Mr. Jency Cube, and Nibbler. I'm very lucky to be able to switch out my Pokemon team as necessary. I'm doing pretty well. With Team Rocket defeated, which we did do last time, we defeated them in their hideout, we are free to head back into the underground path here. Now, as far as I can tell, I cannot get these items because I do not have the item finder. It might just be that they don't show up all the time, but as far as I can tell, they're not showing up for me at all. So, let's look at the items that we can get. They do start becoming available once you're finished with Team Rocket in their super secret hideout. That was obvious to everybody. So, let's take a look at them. There is a potion probably about halfway through here on the red stripe between the first and second light window. I've heard them referred to both ways. There should be a potion around here on the red stripe. Then, between the second and third lights here on the bottom, you should be able to find yourself a Paralyze Heal. Then we need to go kind of a ways over, and just to the west of this fourth light here, I'm checking, I'm not getting it though, but right around here on the blue stripe there should be an Awakening. Then we can head over to the fifth light here on the red stripe. Just to the west of it, there should be a Burn Heal. If we continue on though, between these two lights, on the south wall again, there should be an antidote down here. Well, on the tile next to the south wall. Then, finally, from the second one here on the red stripe, just to the right of it, there should be an Ice Heal. But like I said, they're not showing up for me at all, probably because I do not have the item finder. And really, I'm probably not going to get the item finder. I don't have very many Pokemon to speak of. Speaking of catching Pokemon, though, let's see if I can't do a little more of that. We are still in Celadon City, where we've done a lot of work. We have been here a while. It is time to leave, finally. We can go to Route 16, but as you can see, another Snorlax is in our way. This isn't an entirely different Snorlax. Pokemon is sprawled out in a deep and comfortable slumber. Good for it. Enjoy the slopes, cycling road, and there is a tree to cut. So we will indeed cut it. Go, Nibbler. This is what you're useful for now. And we can find a patch of grass. Now, this is a very good patch of grass for me. There's a new Pokemon here that I would love to catch. That is not it, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and kill this. I mean, I'm not even using the Rattata that I have. So I'm just going to go ahead and take care of this with a rollout. The Pokemon that you can get here in Fire Red and Leaf Green are Rattata, Doduo, and Spearow. Wow, that was actually a lot of damage, more than I had anticipated. But that's because of the Tail Whip. I didn't want to waste a Mega Kick. I'm not entirely sure why I think that now, though. Those are the common ones you can get here. There is a fairly rare Raticate that you can get here as well, but I didn't get either one of those. I got the Rattata. If you are looking for a flying type, I would recommend the Doduo. Doduo is very good and pretty much better than Sanders and Spearow, in my opinion, even though I don't think I have a Spearow. That would be the one that I recommend. It is a normal flying type as well. Of the three, it is the best. If you are playing a different version, of course, the Pokemon here are going to be different. If you're playing red and blue, it's all the same. Rattata, very common. Raticate is common. Spearow is very common. Fearow is common, and Doduo is common. That works for both red and blue. If you're playing yellow, you can get all of those, plus a Ponyta and a rare Dodrio. So, if that's what you want, that is what you can get here. I will actually switch my Pokemon out Templaire was really just here to sing, hopefully a duo, but it didn't come, so I'm gonna go switch him out and bring something a little bit more useful for what I'm about to do. Swapped out Templaire for Fuzimi, so let's head over here where we can find a couple. Our love knows no bound. We're in love and we show it. And it is time for yet another double battle. We're going to be up against a young couple, Leah and Jed. They would like to battle. They have Rapidash and Ninetales. These are the fully evolved forms of Ponyta and Vulpix. I have Fuzimi and Sanders out front. We're going to go for a magnitude. Notice that it highlights everybody when I do a magnitude. That is why Sanders is here. I wanted a flyer because I don't want this magnitude to affect my Pokemon. Just his and hers, technically. Both of these are fire types, as you might imagine. They're both very pretty. The fire types can be very pretty, even fully evolved. And that's not necessarily the most common thing to have happen. I don't know. We'll say Ninetales lives. And it goes for a quick attack. That is actually pretty powerful. Magnitude 9, though, should do damn good work for me. Down goes Rapidash. And now it hits, it doesn't hit Sanders, but it does hit Ninetales. Oh, why did it pick Sanders first? All right, and I got a critical on it, and down they go. And that's why I don't particularly like double battles, because you do have to plan them out like that. Otherwise, things are not going to go well for you. Hey, Sanders got a level. Nicely done. I will take it. That was a damn good level up, actually. And Fuzimi didn't get one. But hey, we did good work. We defeated Lee and Jed. Oh no! My love has seen me as a loser. I thought I said my love has seen me as a lover, and I'm like, well, yeah. Oh, loser. Yeah, well, you are one, dude. You guys look like twins. It's just weird. It's just weird. Do you have anything to say after your one-hit defeat in a double battle? Listen, Leah, you need to focus less on me. I'm a loser. I'm sorry, Jed is so cool. Seriously? He's still so cool? Alright, we need to head through here, the path that they were blocking. How'd you get in? Good effort. Good effort indeed. We can't even talk to that guy. He's on the other side. But if you head over here to kind of this secluded area, which is next to so many bikers. So many bikers. You can head into this building, a very important building, because there's a Fearow. It is a Fearow. Fearow's not important. It is you that is important. Oh dear, you found my secret retreat. Please don't tell anyone I'm here. I'll make it up to you with this. And we have received HMO2 from the girl. We'll put that away. It is Fly. HMO2 is Fly. It's a wonderfully convenient move. Please put it to good use. Indeed, we will. We will do that almost immediately. It is an actually good move in single player. I originally tried to use this in multiplayer, and it didn't work out well for me. I was not a smart kid with Pokemon when I was a kid. All right, so let's take a look at it. It is in the TM case, of course, just like everything else that we have. Here is Fly. It is a 2-turn move that hits on the second turn. Use it to fly to any known town. You can use it 15 times. It has a power of 70, accuracy of 95, which isn't too bad, but it is kind of annoying that it has an accuracy of 95. I will, in fact, teach it. There's really no point in not teaching it to Sanders. Sanders is not going to learn a better flying move than this. Unless you count Wing Attack, which I don't, really, because the increase in power is already better than the lower accuracy. So I will delete a move and replace it with Fly. I'm actually going to keep Wing Attack this time, and we're going to get rid of Sand Attack, which I have not been using, will probably never use. And actually, I'll get rid of Whirlwind now. Whirlwind's even less useful than Sand Attack, both of which I don't use at all. It is a flying type move, 70, 95, 60, 100. To me, The 70 is better anyway. I'll probably be using it as my primary attacking move unless I just want to finish the battle, then I'll probably be using wing attack. Machine set, and grind that CD right into Sanders' head until you get it. We have learned Fly on Sanders, and because we can still teach that to other Pokemon, there's really no point in me not doing that. There are other Pokemon that I might catch that will be better than Sanders at Fly. God, I hope I find another one. Sanders in its unevolved form is not very good. But what we can do now is grab Sanders and fly. Where can we fly? Anywhere I have been before. That includes Pewter City, Viridian City, Pallet Town, Mount Moon apparently. I didn't realize I could fly there. Celadon City, Saffron City, Cerulean City, Rock Tunnel, Lavender Town, and Vermilion City. I cannot fly down here to Fuchsia City just yet, and I can't fly to Cinnabar Island just yet. Nor can I fly to the Seafoam Islands. Those are pretty much where we need to go. And then I can't go to Indigo Plateau. That is, of course, where the Elite Four is, so I don't really want to go there yet. What I want to do for now is fly over to Lavender Town. How Pidgey can carry us all, I'm not entirely sure, but nicely done, Pidgey. I'm going to heal. I'm going to switch my party around, and we're going to go into the tower again. I got that Scope for a reason. Switch the Pokemon around as necessary. Also use the PP ups on Mr. Jency's Psychic. So now he can use it 14 times. I did have 2 PP ups, used them both. They're going to be endlessly useful for me. So it's back into the Pokemon Tower. Remember, we stopped at this level last time because any further and I would start getting into random battles, and without that Sylph Scope, I wouldn't be able to identify the Pokemon, hit the Pokemon, or catch the Pokemon. So now that I have it, that's all available to me. Even we could not identify the wayward ghosts. A Sylph Scope might be able to unmask them. How good of a psychic or a channeler are you if you need a Sylph Scope? Alright, let's kind of wander around the tower here. 90% chance that I'm going to encounter the Pokemon that really I'm expecting to counter. Which is this. It is a Ghastly. It is the unevolved form of the only ghost line in the game. So I'm pretty much expecting this one to be the one. It's a female Ghastly, not that that matters all that much. I'm going to, let's start with the sleep powder. Let's just kind of go for sleep and then hope for the best. All right, we got the sleep to land. Ghastly is now asleep. If you are looking for a ghost type Pokemon, this is pretty much your only chance to get one in this game. There is also a 5% chance of you getting a Haunter here, which is the evolved form of a Ghastly, one of the evolved forms of a Ghastly, and a Cubone. You can actually get a Cubone here, but it is kind of rare. If you get here, expect to catch a Ghastly, or at least find a Ghastly. Let's throw balls at it. I'm going to throw a great ball at it and hope for the best. I don't want to even try to tackle it, to be honest with you, because tackling will not do any damage to it. Really? At full health, I even got the Ghastly? I'm waiting for one of these to fail. Good God. All right, we got you. Ghastly was caught. Ghastly's data was added to the Pokédex. Oh, you're going to learn to hate that sound, but for the time being, we have caught Ghastly. It is number 92. It is a gas Pokemon. It's apparently 4 feet tall. That's pretty damn tall. That's what? A little over a yard, so like a yard and a third. So we're gonna say like 1¼ meters. Right around there. It's a tall Pokemon, and it weighs almost nothing, 0.2 pounds. That's less than 0.1 kilos. It is a light Pokemon. It is made of gas. Almost invisible, this gaseous Pokemon cloaks the target and puts it to sleep without notice. Now, when I was growing up, this was one of my favorite Pokemon. Later, I found out that it was god-awful and terrible, but now they have fixed it, and it's at least decent. Let's go back and take a look at it, but first, we will need a nickname for the captured Ghastly. As suggested by Daniel Solomon, this is going to be Princess Kenny. And that's going to go straight into Bill's PC. I should mention though, if you are playing yellow, Cubone is actually not going to be here for you. It's just Ghastly and Haunter. No Cubone for you. We will see Haunter though. Don't you worry about that. I'm gonna go back to the Pokemon Center and see if I want to actually use Kenny. Let's take a look at Princess Kenny, our new Pokemon. Oh my god, they killed her. Let's take a look at what we got. Ghost Poison type. That is right, the only ghost type in this game is also poison, which means that it is weak to Psychic. The only thing that could have been strong against Psychic is also weak to Psychic. It's kind of a vicious circle that way, but that kind of just goes to show exactly how overpowered Psychic was in the game. And there's even more than that. As you can see though, we do have a Great Ball in the picture because Kenny is indeed in a Great Ball. It is a lax-natured Pokemon, which means that it will have an increase in defense at the expense of special defense. So not necessarily the best, especially for a ghost type, because as a ghost type, it is immune to normal moves, and then of course it is very strong against fighting type moves, so having higher defense doesn't really appeal to me because the only things that can normally kill it are going to be special anyway. It has a Levitate ability, which means that it is immune to ground attacks. That was something that was not in the first generation of games. Of course, in the first generation, because it was poison, ground moves were very effective against Ghastlies and pretty much all of the Ghost line. Very effective against them. As you can see, the stats are pretty good in terms of special attack and speed. They're actually very good for the level. Remember that Kenny is only level 14. I will probably work on her off screen at some point. So the speed, the special attack, very good. The attack, defense, and special defense are really nothing to laugh at too much. They're higher than the level. We'll see if that keeps up. HP is also pretty damn good. That Levitate, though, that makes it good again. In Generation 1, I thought this could be such a great Pokemon, and then it turned out not to be. In terms of moves, the move set isn't so great early on. We have Hypnosis, which of course is good, but really the only damaging move that I have is Lick. That is the real only normally damaging move that I have. Lick, though, sucks. As you can see, it's only got a power of 20. The foe is licked and hit with a long ton. It may also paralyze. They eventually increase its power to 30 in Generation 6, but for the time being, it is 20. And on top of that, in the first generation, this was the only normally damaging ghost move. Everything else was something else to it, like Spite here. It's not a normal move. As a result, nobody really seemed to notice that Ghost was actually not super effective against Psychic. It in fact did no damage whatsoever, and Psychic was actually immune to Ghost moves, despite the fact that it was supposed to be super effective against Psychic. But because this was the only one, it never really came up. They have since added a couple good Ghost moves that we will probably learn. I do plan on leveling up Kenny at some point, but really, just in the first generation of games, I would stay away from it. It's not that great. But now we're playing in Generation 3, I like this Pokemon again. I loved it as a kid, though. It disappointed me.